You are listening to The Vocal Technologist. Spoken tech for your ears.
Welcome back. And specifically, welcome to Product Thursdays here on The Vocal Technologist. Today, we're going to jump into the pretty fascinating world of design. We'll look at what's getting people talking, shaping how we interact with things, and really defining how stuff looks and feels these days. Get ready for some surprising, maybe sometimes kind of funny, but definitely critical takeaways from what's been happening.
Absolutely. And, our goal here is really to show you that design isn't just about making things look pretty. It's so much more. It's about function, right?
Yeah.
How we perceive things, even how we connect with technology and with each other. So yeah, we're going to look at some big wins and maybe some very public fumbles.
Okay, let's dive into that first story because it really shows how much people get, emotionally invested in design.
Yeah.
Eurovision, the song contest. Huge cultural thing, 70th year coming up. They just showed off a new logo for 2026. And wow, the reaction online just exploded. People were calling it the biggest downgrade.
Oh, yeah.
Slamming its juvenile typography, inconsistent capitalization. Some even said it looked like a TikTok rebrand. What do you make of that kind of immediate, really visceral backlash?
Well, it's fascinating, isn't it? The sheer intensity of that negative feedback. It wasn't just a few grumbles. It felt like this huge collective
Yeah.
And I think it's because this redesign really stepped away from that much-loved 2004 look. That one had become sort of iconic over time.
Right, people knew it.
Exactly. So it raises this big question for any brand, really. What happens when your established identity, what your audience expects and loves, clashes so hard with a new look that feels maybe too trendy or, as they said, juvenile? It tells us that for brands with history, with a passionate following, design isn't just, some corporate decision. It's part of the shared story, part of the culture. Changing a logo like that can feel like someone messing with a familiar landmark.
Like altering a landmark? Yeah, that's a really good way to put it.
Yeah.
Okay, so from that kind of public outrage, let's switch gears to something really positive. Almost a celebration of design, actually. Figma comments. For their NYSE listing, they didn't do the usual stuffy, corporate bell ringing.
No, not at all.
Instead, they threw this massive block party right outside the stock exchange. We're talking interactive stuff, local food, this huge mural in Brooklyn, Times Square billboards, even hands-on Figma make stations. Their whole goal, they said, was to humanize the brand, build community, and just make design feel accessible to everyone. Seems like the total opposite of Eurovision, right?
Totally the opposite. And if you look at the bigger picture, Figma Commons, 4,500 people showed up. It's just a masterclass in using design experientially. They use design not just as a feature of their product, but as an event and activation to completely shift how people saw their brand. They turned what's usually a dry corporate thing into something vibrant, all about community. It proves design can really humanize tech, make creativity feel open to more people. It's an amazing example of building real connections. And yeah, a stark contrast to the Eurovision situation. Shows what happens when design really clicks with the audience and the purpose. It can be incredibly powerful.
That is a powerful lesson. Okay, now, this is where things get really interesting, I think. The future of design. We're talking AI, right? How it's getting woven into everything we do. We hear terms like vibe coding.
Yeah.
Like you can just describe what you want, roughly, and AI builds it super fast.
Yeah, rapid feature creation.
And then there's the rise of agentic AI systems. These are AIs that can kind of act on their own, make decisions, pursue goals. So what does that mean for us? How do we even design for systems that have that kind of autonomy?
That's the huge question, isn't it? It forces us to rethink UX principles for these autonomous AI systems. The absolute key things are going to be trust and transparency. You need to trust it. And that comes from explainability, knowing why the AI did something, and also interruptibility. You need to be able to step in.
Right. Pull the plug if needed.
Exactly. Imagine an AI just changing things in an app without you knowing why. You'd need to understand the why and be able to stop it or change it. And while that vibe coding sounds amazing for speed, there's this potential illusion of progress. You might build things fast, but are you actually meeting real user needs or just moving quickly?
Good point. Speed isn't everything.
Right. So the best approach isn't just AI speed alone. It's combining that speed with solid, rigorous user research. Understanding the user first, we're seeing this shift towards an AI-first philosophy, focusing on the outcomes you want. And it's telling, Adobe's already recognizing universities that teach AI and creativity together. That mix is becoming crucial for designers.
Wow. Okay. So quite a journey today, huh? From the passionate, maybe furious reaction to the Eurovision logo, to Figma using design brilliantly to build community, all the way to this cutting edge of AI-driven design and these systems that act on their own. It really makes you stop and think about how much design influences our lives, often in ways we don't even notice.
It really does. And, as AI gets more and more autonomous, our role as designers, as users, it's definitely going to change. It won't just be about making interfaces look good. It'll be about how we trust, how we collaborate with, maybe even supervise these systems that think for themselves. What does good design even mean when the designer isn't entirely human? That's something really interesting to chew on as we move forward.
Spoken Tech for your ears.